It isn't the same. It is part 2. And before I do anything else, I need to find a couple of bits for you. Let's go back to that one. Your channel, and I'm live. And I've shut it down. And I've put it back up here. Hopefully I'll be able to see you all. Started to get some likes. Good evening, everybody. How you all doing? Right. I'm actually going to show you some. I better take that one off the other screen in case it goes pear-shaped. I'm going to show you this on the other side if I can pick it up. Why is that not working? Right, it just worked. There you go. I'll put that on there. I will be going up to the top of this one and probably showing it as well, only because I think everyone should see that. Let's have a quick look and see who was in there. Who is there? Wisham, Mickey, Jeremy Faulkner, good evening everyone. Mick Scott, Robert Faulkner, good evening. England has the right to self-determination, human rights part 2. I hope you've all done your homework. Oh, let's have a look. The Englishman, hello DD in chat. Right. Good evening D and all patriots. Paula and Brett, good evening. Evening DD and all. Look at that, you're all coming in here. Good evening, Graham, all patriots watching tonight. Worldwide England rising up against the British Socialist Marxophobia and PDO infested tyrannical rule. Gary Slater, there's loads of you in there. That's what I like to see. Kevin, David. All right, Kev, how you doing, son? Hope you resolved your little problem today. I wasn't much good to you today, son. I'll tell you for why. Because when you rang me, I was sitting here naked, and I weren't getting dressed for anyone at the time. Let's have a look and see. The dog ate my homework. David. How did I know you was going to say, so this teacher always knew. Who was going to walk in and say, oh, my dog ate it. Right, so this is important tonight because there are some other elements I'm going to be showing you. I'll give it 5 minutes for people to tune in, get stuck into us and see what's going on there. I've got loads of stuff open that I shouldn't have open. I'll tell you what I am going to do before I do anything else. I am going to say like and share. Look, that one there. Look, like and share. Now, if you like and share this, more and more people will get to know the new channel, which I'm being exceptionally polite on. Or should we say politically correct? Not. Don't forget to subscribe and that little bell button there. Don't forget. You press the bell and then you click the button all. And then on your phone, what you say on the phone is accept notifications from YouTube. And if you're on a tablet, you say accept notifications from YouTube. You go into your settings. Quite easy to do it, I've been told. Right? I've done it on this. I've managed to do it on this. So I'm sure you can do it on yours. And you do that on your computer, your laptop, whatever it is. And then you will get notifications. And then the more you actually put this out, share it, the better it is. So I'm going to get back into this. Let's see how many other people are steaming in now. A bit late. Good evening all. Joe Benson? No, you're not that late. Everyone. And DD. Evening DD, Cole, Ruby, Joanne and all. Hello everybody. Right. So what I'm going to do, now I've given it 5 minutes for you all to tune in. First of all, I've been taking my concoction, the Steve Todd concoction every day. And I've got to tell you something, I feel good. I think I'm £1 off from dropping down into the lighter stones. In other words, I am beep and £1. And I'm trying to get from that, just to knock that one over. And once I start knocking that over, then I'm going to take that stone off and that stone off. And obviously, you're going to be. And I haven't changed anything else. I haven't changed my diet as such. All I've done is drunk that every day. I've had probably 2 pints of it in a day. And if I start feeling hungry, I get it out of the fridge, pour it out, because it's like a big, thick smoothie, as I have it, and just drink it. So it is good. It has given me a lot more energy, and I like it. And I like the way that the actual thing that he told me to go and get is easy to clean. That's a big benefit. Because I've got a juicer here anyway, and the juicer is a pain in the arse. I've got to tell you something. It's an expensive juicer. I bought it about, oh, blimey, 7 or 8 years ago, and I've used it quite a bit when I first started doing it. I'll be honest with you, it become a pain in the arse cleaning it. Juicers are really difficult to clean, right? Because they're very complex. Whereas the blender that Steve recommended, and again, I've probably got that somewhere. No, I ain't sat in the kitchen. And again, don't forget, I'm going to show you this as well, because the Vote English elements, I'm going to be going through that again tonight, because I think it's important. I'm going to go through some other bits, and I'm going to ask your advice and tell me what you think in relation to Batley and Spen, if we was to organise. Don't forget, the English Democrats, technically the Workers of England Union, so we could get Steve Morris there talking, Robin Tilbrook, so we'll have to find someone to talk on his behalf, because I doubt if he'll go to Batley and Spen. He might do, right? But I will say this to you, if we can create an event, now the event has to be a double whammy for the establishment, right? That is, if we're talking about our rights, and I'm just going to show you what our rights are, because I'm going to bring it up on the screen for you. There it is. Let me just bring this up, and I just want everyone to understand. So this is the back of the leaflet, and this is what I suggest we're going to be putting out. This is a standard type leaflet, but we're going to have a double whammy here, right? And I'll get to the reasoning in a couple of seconds. Let me just show you this one. Let's see if I can bring that down and show you what it is, right? So again, our fantastic Northern lady has created this leaflet, right? So it's a double-sided leaflet. Someone else has made suggestions and said on the back of the leaflet, you need to put what the British have took up, what the English give us from them PDFs. So I've sent them to the lady, and hopefully at some stage she'll probably try and work out how she can put them in there, or I'll have to send her the original slides. I don't know, but this is what I'm thinking about. You tell me whether it's a good idea or not. Now, there's a reason why I'm going to go into this, because it's got a double whammy. The English Democrats, Robin Tilbrook, the Workers of England Union, and other people, yeah, including a lady that had a hairdressers, no longer got a hairdressers. We could speak about that there. So you can speak about the pandemic. You can speak. And there is a particular reason why I'm saying we should create that event. So people, and we will be talking about the vaccinations and saying why the BBC and others, why the Labour Party, Labour Conservative and the Lib Dems, none of them are talking about the danger of the vaccination. So it's a good focal point for people to concentrate on us telling the truth, and all of these politicians all around you are lying, right? But also, the secondary thing that causes them a problem, and the authorities, in my opinion, especially in terms of public speaking, is they're not allowed to interfere with us as a group of people. We have protected articles. So the people of England have the right to self-determination under international law. The right of self-determination, Article 1, text, International Instruments, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. That's the ICCPR, right? That's what we've signed up to. It's actually law in this country, right? So if a law or a police officer was acting against your ICCPR rights, they are acting unlawfully, not you, right? And then you've got the ICESCR. Sounds complex, it's not. It's the International Covenant of Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. Yeah, so basically they both have the first same article. 1. All peoples have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue the economic, social and cultural development, right? That means that they're not allowed to interfere with us. Now, the third paragraph of that, and I'm going to highlight it for you, there, shall promote the realisation of the right of self-determination. So they should promote us doing this, not try and stop us, which is what they're doing, right? And then I'm going to show you something else in a minute, right? In conformity with the provisions of the Charter of the United Nations. Now, there is only one vote that supports your English rights. Vote English and vote England, right? So again, you've got the backdrop to that. And then what I'm going to do is put that on the screen again so you can see what we're talking about. I think double-sided A4 is roughly £1,000. We're going to have to ask the English Democrats whether they want to pay for them leaflets and we'll get them distributed. I don't know whether they would or they wouldn't is the answer, but the question will be put out to them. So that's the leaflet. That's what's been designed by the people. You're out there doing the designing, you're out there doing the artwork, you're the ones who are saying that's what we want on the leaflet, you're the ones who come from up north, and this lady don't live far from Batley and Spen. So we need as much help as we possibly can. So there's some other things I was going to talk about, but this is important, right? So again, what I'm going to do is just show you that. I'm going to go back to my normal screen for a second. Hopefully, get myself back up there, and then I'm going to work out where we are. So you've just seen the back and front of that again. What I'm going to do is show you something that I thought was absolutely hilarious. Well, actually, it wasn't that hilarious. But just to show you I actually do stuff, or try to, and I'm going to show you something else in a minute as well. Let's have a look. Where's it gone? International Covenant on Civil Rights. That ain't it. That ain't it. Get rid of that one. We don't need that anymore. Keep that one on there. Keep that one on there. Keep that one on there. Ooh, I like that. Someone sent us a picture of a picture of a, for some reason it ain't coming out too good on me. Let's see if I can shut that down a bit. Oh, no, don't work. Alright, let's see if I can get this. There's a lot of things I'm looking at the moment. Shut that down. Shut that one down. Let's have a look. Shut that one down. A lot of things I'm shutting down here. There's a lot of things I've still got to read and all. Oh, blimey. Let's take that one down. Right, so let me just take you to... it might be that one. Right, and what I'm going to do is go back one page. Citizens Advice, Centre for Social Justice, Equality and Human Rights. Come off of that one. No, I don't want to download it. I just want to get to the site. Right. Right. I'll tell you what I'll do. Who's just pinged me? I don't know who's just pinged me, but I'm going to have a look in about 30 seconds. There's some other bits I want to show you. Right. Here we go. and I'm going to show you two things now, right? Just so you can see some of the things I'll get up to in the background. There it is. Put that one down there. Absolutely disgusting. It got some geezer on there wearing a mask. Equality and Human Rights Commission. Now, this is the UK site. This is the UK site. And I want you to look at the top right-hand corner. What does that say there? See it? Commission in Scotland. Commission in Wales. Can you say anything for England? So the Equality and Human Rights Commission, they've got one for Scotland, one for Wales, nothing for England. I think we see a problem. So what I'm going to do now is go back to my main screen again. Change my screen again here and show you something else. Because I'm sure you're going to be thinking, wow, I've started getting a lot of my complaint stuff coming back in now. There it is there. So what I'm going to do is put that on full page. And right, I actually sent a letter to the European Human Rights website, right? And they've just sent this back to me. And I'm just going to show you it on the screen. And let's get there. Hopefully there's nothing doxing anyone. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. In fact, I may even take myself off the screen so you can see this in full. Right, so I just sent an email to the European Rights Commission's website and this is the British website, right? And I made an official complaint, and I said, I know that you are the European Commission for Human Rights. It is my right of self-determination for English Parliament, English independence, and for the English nation. And I note that you haven't got anything to do with England on your site. And they come back and they said this, which I'm sure you can see on your screen. Case number 2691777. I'm sure that's lucky. Thank you for your email in which you raised concerns about our website not having an English section. The Commission is an independent statutory body with the responsibility to encourage equality and diversity. Can't see a lot of equality and diversity there, mate. Eliminate unlawful discrimination, really, and protect and promote the human rights of everyone in Britain. Oh, everyone in Britain. All right. So there's no England in Britain then, because you've clearly got it up there, right? Oh, the reason we have a Scotland and a Wales section on our website, I suppose this is supposed to impress me in some way. I don't know what they mean by this last paragraph, but all it's done is me thinking there's got to be a way to come back at them with this. The reason we have a Scotland and a Wales section on our website is because of the Parliament of the United Kingdom statutory granting of greater level of self-government to the Scottish Parliament and the Welsh Parliament. Well, by the way, that's unlawful under the Bill of Rights. But anyway, not the Bill of Rights, the Act of Union. But, as we will all see, so I'm drinking my coffee as I'm talking to you. So there it is, right? So what I'm going to do now again is go back to my screen. So you can see some of the things that I'll get up to. And I wouldn't suggest it's in my spare time. There it is there, right? So tell me what you think of that one. That's broken the contract. A non-answer is no answer, like 1110, yeah? Keck Rangel, greetings, brother. Their plan is to wipe England from ever existing. I agree. What if they say we have no standing because of the Article 29 of the Human Rights Declaration? I prefer English Bill of Rights, but we shouldn't try it. We should try everything. That's exactly right. Now, I used to be, until I started to see some recent developments, exactly. I want to use the English laws completely, right? And we have got a constitution, and I am using that in certain elements. And then it was Robin who said to me, if it's there, you should use it. Because what gives you the progression, and one of the things that we saw recently with other cases, is you couldn't progress to the United Nations, to the European Court of Human Rights, to any of these, and by the way, you can do that individually, and it don't cost you $1, unless you've brought it up at the state tribunal. They call it a tribunal level. Tribunal means the legal system, the court system. You have got to have presented your rights to the courts in this country. So that's why I'm saying we should gear everything we're doing now in Batley and Spen and say, right, we're here for this reason and this reason and this reason, and they're all covered by our convention rights. And then the police come along or anyone else comes along and we say, listen, yeah, what we're doing at the moment is this is about England. Give them a leaflet and say on the back of that tells you what the convention rights are. Anything that you do against me now, you're going against my human rights. End of. Just thought I'd let you know that. So, that bit is there. So, again, there's a lot of other bits and pieces I'm doing in the background there. Let's have a look and see if anyone else is out there. Ray Edmonds, how you doing, son? See you got a shout out. That's broken a contract. Let's see if anything else has come up there. We got Black and Berlin on soon on Channel 5. Oh, God blimey. Right. In fact, now you've mentioned Black, don't look surprised that we actually mentioned black people, right? Black people are English as well. We are the indigenous population. No black person can say they're indigenous to this population, and I wouldn't go to South Africa and tell people out there that I was indigenous to Africa, right? Not unless I wanted a smack in the mouth. Let me just show you something else, and I'm going to do it here because someone sent me this today. It's had 51,000 views. Gloria Ona. Anyone know who she is? Gloria Ona. And someone sent me this video today, and I'm going to put it out there because I think I should. All right, hold up. Let me just put this video out there so everyone can see it, right? And watch it after, obviously. But this is a really lovely black lady, right, who got an education. and she was shocked at some of the things that she was learning on this particular thing, right? So what I'm going to do is go back to it. And I ain't got my emails up to tell me who it was who actually sent it to me. But I am actually going to show you something. Let's have a look. Yeah, have a quick look. What am I doing? Oh, I know. Screen 2, put that down there. Actually, do I need to be on the screen for this? Right, this is the lady. Because it's her channel, I don't really want to interfere with this too much. But the basis of it is, and let's see if I can... she's watching a video where people start talking. Let's have a look and see if he's there. I'm going to show you if Granville comes up on a picture. And I'm sure he does. Where's Granville? Come on, Granville. Look. Right, hang on, let's get rid of this. I'm sure just eating Santa is not very good for me. Let's see if I can bring it up. Come on, Granville. Ah, there you go. So I'm going to play you this bit, right? Hopefully you can hear it.
Buck. Fast forward 700 years, and the international transatlantic slave trade is in full swing. And yet, we still do not have slaves in England. And this is where we meet a man named Granville Sharp, a very well-educated, rationalist thinker of the Enlightenment, who became an active campaigner for the abolition of the slave trade. Granville had had previous legal success defending Jonathan Strong from his erstwhile slave master, after being brought to England from the colonies, but we're going to look at the subsequent Somerset case. James Somerset was a slave from Virginia in America, who had come to England with his master Charles Stuart in 1769, and had run away in October 1771. After evading slave hunters employed by Stuart for 56 days, Somerset had been caught, put onto the slave ship Anne and Mary, to be taken to Jamaica and sold. 3 Londoners had applied to Lord Mansfield for a writ of habeas corpus, which had been granted, with Somerset having to appear at a hearing on the 24th of January 1772. Members of the public responded to the plight by sending money to pay for his lawyers, who in any event gave their services pro bono publico, while Stuart's costs were met by the West Indian planters and merchants. Given his prior legal experience with the Jonathan Strong case, Sharp briefed Somerset's lawyers.
Right. I think the sound's a bit rough, so I've just got a message on that. I don't know how I'm going to sort the sound out on this system, but I will do. But just to let you know, it's worth watching that and going to watch it yourself and getting the sound come through, right? Because this black lady, and I've got to tell you something, it ain't her fault, and I'm not just saying because she's black, right? White or black, people are not being taught the real history about slavery. And what this geezer's doing, I don't know who the video was from. I've no doubt in her description it's in there. Let me have a look and see if I've seen it in her description. Slavery, British history reaction, British people. I'm not fucking British, I'm English. I'm just letting you know that one. But hey guys, the British history reaction video is about how slavery ended. Such an emotional roller coaster watching this. Why am I learning this now? Why wasn't this taught in schools? Now she's saying that. This is Gloria, right? This is a black lady, Gloria Unyu, right? 2.220. Give her channel a subscribe as well while you're out there. Wasn't taught in schools. Please let me know your thoughts on the video. And there's the original video, right? So there's a
Britain's criminally stupid.
Let me see who this is. Sargon and Arkad. All right. He's the geezer who nobody likes because he was politically incorrect. When did he make that one? 2015. The British Crusade against slavery. Wrong. It wasn't a British crusade against slavery. It was an English crusade against slavery. But, just to let you know, you can lose that pound on the live stream, mate. Pop one of these under your desk. What's that? Hold on, let's have a look. Can't see it. My phone's on a blink because it says it's full up. Anyway. So there is the original video as well, which I'm going to put out to you now. Let's put that back up there. So there's the original video. I'll be honest with you, you're much better off. You're better off just watching the lady. And he don't need your subscribers. Right, so going back to that, let's go back to that one. I'll go back to the lady again. She's pretty and all that one. Ooh, quite like you. Let me have a look. And copy. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I want to go back over into here. I'm going to paste that out again. So that's the lady. You can see what she says, and what she actually says is what we're saying, yeah? Why wasn't I taught this in school? Granville Sharp, again, book on the floor there, really great guy. English. What he done, and it wasn't just that, by the way. There was another fella he protected, Jonathan. It was either Jonathan Stone or Jonathan Sloan, and again, he was the one who set up Freeport in Africa, right? And he set the place up. He paid for it, and because the blacks didn't want to be here, right? Most of them didn't know where they come from. They was probably young when they was kidnapped into slavery, and they didn't know how to get back here. They didn't know where to Africa, and they didn't know how to get back to their villages. But they knew they didn't want to be here, right? And it weren't particularly because we was being nasty to them, right? They just didn't want to be here. They wanted to be in Africa. So he created Freeport, and the Freeport was where they created this area. They took oxen out there, cows out there, grain out there. They taught them how to farm. They taught them animal husbandry. Again, everything that the English was doing so well, and said, "That's yours. You're now free. You know, just get on with your lives." And that's what we did. And he done that all with their own money and raised the money. And I think it was the British that sectioned off this area and said it's theirs. It's nothing to do with the British. It's nothing to do with anyone else. It's theirs, right? So. Again, that was all sorted out for him, Kevin Robert Fraser. There was another one similar to that video I sent with another black fella going about the same British BS slavery story, DD. Send me that one, or Kevin, if you was the one who sent me that video, see if you can go and find the other video as well. Cook it out your history list and send me an email on it. So and again, just to show you, I do watch things, and I do, if people send me something and they entitle it right and say, have a look at this. And again, it's not just the white people that are being misled in schools and being misinstructed. It's black people as well. But the worst thing is with the what I would describe as the black community in this country is they are being misinstructed, and I would go as far as to say they are being incited to hate us, meaning white people, right? Because of what we did to their ancestors, right? Now, don't forget, I know what happened to our ancestors, meaning the white ancestors that were taken in slavery and all. And I just think to myself, listen, there's nothing I can do to help them now. But we certainly don't want that regime here, right? Which is, in some ways, we've actually got that. So I just want everyone to understand where I'm coming from with that. Yeah, they're being conditioned. I agree. And I don't, and again, my view of education, and I've said this for the best part of 30 years, education is so important. And it's important that you are taught to think, not told what to think, right? So you need to take two lots of elements and say, well, that's the argument on that side and that's the argument on that side, right? They're both factual, and that's the important thing. You shouldn't be reading any form of propaganda which is just blatant lies by the state, which is what we got now, right? And that was so important, and is so important for Stephen Todd's case. Because what he's up against the propaganda of the state in a court of law. And that's hearsay. Show us the real evidence. Put the evidence here that this and this is occurring and has happened, and this is the virus, and this is the test, and this is how they work. But they're not doing that. They're actually relying on hearsay, right? And that's the important thing. What I'm trying to say to everyone out here is you've got to think for yourself. Some people have sent me emails saying, and I'll give you an example. Some people have sent me emails saying, I've been put on statins, I've been put on this by a doctor, what do you recommend? Listen, I don't recommend anything to anyone, not in that way, right? I can tell you I was put on statins, beta blockers, and about 5, I think there was 6 different types of drugs. And then I thought to myself, and I started putting on weight, which I have. It slowed my metabolism down. It done all these things. And then I thought, and then after having a proper conversation with Steve, who'd been, running his gym for 34 years. And this, by the way, he wasn't giving me medical advice to throw all them away. What he was saying is you need to replace in your body what your body needs, and it's up to you what you do with them. But I just didn't want to be on them. But you've got to find a healthy option, or a vitamin option, or a natural option to replace what and to repair the damage that you've done to your body, right? And I want to say this to everyone as well. Anyone that thinks, and we're getting off the subject slightly, but I've got to put this out there because this is about people emailing me different things. Anyone who thinks, let's say they're in their 70s or 80s, and they think, oh, it's too late now. I've already done the damage. Well, giving up smoking, yeah, and yes, I am still smoking, but I did last quite a bit today again, and I will do it again tomorrow. Giving up smoking, within 24 hours to 48 hours, your lungs start to out, right, the badness that was in there. Within weeks, your lungs start to recover, and I think they said within 10 years, you would have the lungs and the capacity again of someone who had never smoked within 10 years, right? So your body has got the ability to repair itself, right? And you need to give it the assistance it needs, which is with the vitamins and the different things and everything else. But this is crucial. I want you to remember this, right? The people that was on the ship in 1536, I think it was, in Canada, that ended up in the estuary, frozen in, 3 ships, 120 crew. I think 50 of the crew died or whatever of scurvy. The captain and the expedition leader was already in trouble himself, right? They didn't know at the time, and funny enough, I've got limes out there now. In fact, I'm going to go and get one just to show you the reality. I might sound silly, but talking about something you've actually got is a good thing. So don't forget what happened. All their teeth was going black. Their teeth was falling out. Their eyes was popping out their head. Their limbs and bits of them was dropping off all over them. They were all over the place. They was dying. They literally dying in front of the skipper, right? And it was the indigenous Indian chief that looked at them and looked at the dead and knew what it was, and said to the Indian women, go and get a concoction and what it was. And it turned out to be pine needles from the evergreen tree, which is a type of fir tree, and bark. And the bark of the tree and the pine needles stored vitamin C and had really high levels of vitamin C. So they made a potion up and they put a bit on every one of them's tongue. The ones that was all their teeth had gone back, their teeth had fell out. It was proper scurvy. It was like the cancer of the day, except you could physically see the people rotting, right? Here's the key, right? That once they give them one drop of that, within 24 hours they started to recover. Within a week they'd fully recovered. So they'd replenished it. And then after that, it was the English that realised that limes, which is why we're called limeys, with one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C. By the way, this goes in my drinks now as well. Whole, yeah, well not whole. I'll cut it up and put it in the thing, but and that's what stops scurvy. So imagine, that you've got scurvy. Your teeth are falling out, your gums gone black, bits are falling off you. It's like you're a living leper. Right, and it is a bit like leprosy, scurvy. And then all of a sudden you cut one of these open and you squeeze it in your mouth and you start to recover because your body is receiving something that it needs. Right, now I'm going to do and have another chat with people about something else that I've read into. Now, one of the links and the websites that Steve Todd gave me was to this website, and it's a website that particularly talks about cancer, and it says that cancer isn't a disease, it's a symptom. Right now, you're all going to think this is really odd, right? But you know what I really loved about the website? It gave an analogy of mould in your house. Well, working in social housing, I used to deal with that all the time with people. And mould is a symptom, right? Mould is a growth and a symptom of not a sick house, but of what the people are doing and not giving the house what it needs. And what the house needs is ventilation, right? You often in new builds now, where they are built as airtight compartments get, and because of the moisture content in the home, you get mould. In their bathrooms, there is no external outlet, there's no external windows. Like my bathroom, right? If you go round my house, now this flat, so I'm going to explain to you, this flat before I moved in it 3-4 years ago, whatever it was, right? I know that the lady that lived here before was moved out because the flat had a serious mould problem. How did I know that? Because I used to do voids, and when I come in here when it was empty, I looked round and I could see it had been decorated, and I could see it had been mould wiped around the windows, right? And they painted round it, right? The issue with mould is because the main thing is there is no ventilation. So if you're going to do your washing up, if you're going to have a bath, if you're going to create steam, if you're going to create humidity in your flat, and there isn't enough ventilation to take that out, what generally, and condensation, it causes condensation, right? So the condensation will go to the coldest place of your house. 9 out of 10 times it'll aim for the windows. Aims for the windows, right? Now, how do you get rid of mould? Why do you think in all of them windows, which people go around taping them up, right, you've got trickle vents? And the trickle vents are there for a reason. I have all of my windows open, and you can ask people this, especially Paula when she come round here. She's sitting there going, it's cold in here, put the heating on, right? All of my windows are open, all of the time, right? There is air coming right away through this gaff. When it's windy out, yeah, I can see my shelves rattling or this green screen behind going like that because the window behind me is open as well. The window in front of me is open. Window to the right of me is open. The window in the bathroom's open. The window in the bedroom's open. All the windows are open. There is air coming through this place. In 4 years I've lived here, I've never had a single bit of mould. Ever. Right? So, getting back to the conversation, which was to do with a website that Steve Todd sent, right? They give an example of mould. And I just went, what a fantastic example, right? So what you've got to look at is cancer is a symptom of what something that you're doing to your body. You ain't giving it something, and cancer is like the mould. If you do what you should be doing, which is instead of taping up the frigging vents and open your windows and get the air through the place every day, you won't have no mould, right? Don't get me wrong, there are some design problems with some of these new builds, and I've gone into detail with people with that before, but there are problems with them. But what I'm saying is old properties don't generally suffer from mould issues. Why don't they? Right, one of the biggest things is, apart from the way they was built with sash windows, you had little gaps there, they rattled a little bit, or whatever it was. Older buildings had different things built in for ventilation. In the eaves of the property, there was slight gaps under the door, but it wouldn't let the rain in, but it'd let the air in. And there was a crucial thing, especially with the older properties with fires, right? Now, it wasn't just the chimney to get rid of the CO2 from the fire. the fire had a little device in it which you would pull, and it allowed air to get underneath, and that's how you used to get a roaring fire. And you could hear the fire oxygenate and start to roar. And that's, you know, they used to say you get a roaring fire. You could hear it, and you could hear the air rushing in, right? What you've got to imagine is when you pull that little thing and you put that real fire on, and the air where do you think the air's coming from? New air has got to be drawn in, right, from somewhere. It's coming from underneath the floorboards, it's coming from the little gaps in your thing, it's coming from everywhere, and it's drawing air into the house, and that's why it didn't get mould, right? So the next thing that you've got to understand is that's exactly what these people are saying is with your body and cancer, right? So you are missing something, whether it's B17, apricot kernels, and I especially now understand. So I bought some beetroot the other day, raw beetroot, right? Not tinned, not already pickled and all that, right? Raw beetroot. So I read up on it and I thought to myself, you know the little stringy bits on the top, right? I always got told they're poisonous, you can't eat them, right? And it turns out that's a myth. And what they said was the top part of this is really good for you. But listen to this and listen to what Steve Todd said, right? Does everyone remember what he said about bitter things and sweet things? That we've took all the bitter stuff out of our diet, right? Whereas in, say, China, yeah, you have sweet and sour, yeah? They have the two things mixed, and it's the way they eat things, and they had less of a cancer rate than what we did, and they've only started to get the cancer rate now because they've started processing food in the same way as the West has, right? But let's not distract from what I'm talking about here. That's the element that I'm getting at with you. I want you to understand that your body is lacking something, and at any time you can put that back, right? So if you've got cancer, it's because something in your body, there is something that has triggered the symptom of cancer, and 9 out of 10 times it's because whatever these foods are that you need, you are not, because the processed foods don't contain it, giving your body that food, right? So just to let you know, in one of them smoothies, yeah, I cut the little bits off of the beetroot, stuck that in there and swallowed that and all, right? And it did taste bitter, let me tell you something, right? I felt fantastic. And then, again, you're thinking about all these things. Now, so again, people are not understanding this. If you've got, let's call it the symptom of your body not being well, and you have got cancer, and therefore you give it B17, apricot kernels, you give it all of this produce that Steve listed out, and that's not for cancer, that's just to make you feel better, right? And give you more energy and do all the other things. You cut out sugar, for example, which feeds cancer. And we shouldn't be eating processed sugar, right? So if you do all them things, it's no different to all of a sudden you walking into an house, or me walking into an house tomorrow and saying to a lady who's got terrible dank problems, all right, well, you're not going to like what I'm going to say to you. And she's going to say what that, and I'm going to say this is what we describe. Your damp and your mould is caused what we describe as a lifestyle problem, right? And again, not being rude, and not being, I don't have to apologise for what I say. A lot of the people are black people, right? Don't ask me why, but they fucking put tape over every fucking air vent for some reason and block out all the air. And you go in there and you can feel the moisture in the air. So they're doing their washing, they're doing this stuff, they're having showers, the kids are doing this, and every vent's blocked up. Why are you doing that? Oh, well, I felt cold. Well, put the friggin' heating on. Oh, yeah, but that's expensive, right? So they create this mould problem, right? Now, I want to express this to everyone. I can walk in there, pull all the tape off the vents, open their windows, clean off the mould for them, right? And I've done this personally myself and said, right, do me a favour How long after does this mould normally come back? And they go a week. So, right, leave all your windows open for a week and tell me if the mould comes back. Just do me a favour. Put your coat on, yeah, in the house. Wear a jumper. Do something different, yeah. But don't shut any of these windows. And I'd go back in a week and guess what? There was no mould. You can do the same with putting back into your body. So even if you've got cancer, you can reverse it, yeah, by going, that's what my body needs. Bang, start eating it. And all of a sudden you start to eat that stuff. Now, years ago, they didn't know too much about everything, right? So, you know, broccoli, there are various things that you can eat. Now, B17 from John Harding, from Steve Todd, and from others. And again, there was a really fantastic video that I watched about it. The A.G. Griffin video. I've sent it out to a few people. I have downloaded it and I am putting it on a website. And I am creating that page. In fact, I'm probably going to do it after the show. Right? So that's what you've got to realise. Yeah? So even if you've got cancer, you can reverse it. Things like ivermectin, fenbendazole, which is the Panacure, etc. For some reason, it opens a gateway into the cancer cell. So if you're then taking, you've got to make sure that it's not just, you just don't want to be taking your B17, which is the apricot kernels, which taste bitter. You need to be taking your vitamins, and real vitamins, not this shit out of Olin and Barrett, right? The proper stuff. And once you start to take all that, and if you can do it every day by taking the real stuff, yeah, you're giving your body the real produce that it needs. That if you was out in the wild, you know, as the chimpanzee, yeah, or the ape, or or let's not, talk about apes and chimps. Let's talk about human beings being foragers, right? If you was foraging as a human being, yeah, how many miles do you think you'd walk a day? Just foraging, not hunting, foraging. So you're walking along and all of a sudden you see a field and you think, oh, some dandelions over there. Right? Oh, look, there's carrots over there. Right? If you was foraging as a human being, you'd be eating most of that because you didn't have access to fire or whatever, right? What would you be doing? Foraging. You'd probably be walking 5-10 miles a day at least, right? And you'd probably be in areas where there was enough for you to eat, and if someone else come into your territory, you probably wouldn't be very happy. Evening, Stephen Todd. Oh, is Stephen Todd there? There he is. So I'm gonna. I don't know if I can find that other video for you. There is another beautiful song I was going to play you. I don't know if anyone's actually seen this before. I'll probably get banned for even putting this on there, so I may not have to. Mind you, that's on there. I don't know how many subscribers they got, but it's got 30,000 things. I will actually probably show that in a minute. But let me just do this for you and see if I can find this one. It was I'm sure I've shown you the actual video. Not that one. And there's a few of these. If you want to go and find it, you can. Let's see if he comes back up, the geezer. That's not the one that you want. No. Let's see what his name was. I'm going to show you this because I want you to, I think you've all seen this, but I'm going to put the video. G. Edward Griffin, right? And cancer. Let's have a look. It should be on there. And there's a lot of videos, by the way, not just this one. If you ever want to go and research him a bit more and get him talking about the cancer in detail, but it's a particular one I'm looking for. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. Where is it? I'll find it in a couple of minutes. Actually, that's a good one. There's a really good one on there I just found. Politics of Cancer, the Science of Cancer Therapy. Right, this is a different one to the one I really wanted to show you, but I am gonna put this one out there. Let's see if I can show it to you. So here's part one, and then what I'm gonna do is show you part two. If I can find it. Hang on a minute. Where's part two? Part one. And then there's another one, part two. There's part two. Right. All these videos, I'll probably put links to them on there, but there's one that I've uploaded, and I'm actually going to put it on my website, so people can really just sit there at their leisure and understand what he's talking about. And he ain't giving bollocks, people. He's telling you the truth. He's got no reason to lie to you. And he tells you how he got involved with it all, which again I thought was really quite good. Oh, what's that? Something happened with my... oh no. Is it me or is something... Am I still live, by the way? Let's have a look. All right. I think I just went on the wrong one. Right, there's the second part. Now, what I'm going to do is go back to here. Let me go back on this one, and I'll try and find this here. Home. Let's see if I can go on to that one. History, because there's one that I really wanted to show you, and I've watched some really good stuff recently. So in fact, I'm going to go and show you that one in a minute. Some things I'm not allowed to show you. Where is it? Don't worry, I'll be with you in 30 seconds. Oh, there it is. This is the video. I think I've probably already sent it out, but... So the other ones I've just sent in there, which is part one and part two, right? Now what I'm going to do is show you this one. Touch wood, I'm in there. Is this one. Right? So everyone's got it. And I'll put that on my website as well, yeah? That is the one. So there it is, and it's a really good video. Watch it, and watch it again, and watch it again, and watch it again. Because he's not lying to you. He's telling you the truth. And everyone I've spoken to, same thing, has said that, right? So now what I'm going to do is show you... I don't know how many people have actually seen this before, but I'll have to show you this one. Tell me if anyone's actually seen this one before. Hopefully you can hear this. I hit the wrong one. Let me go back and see if I can find it. Hang on. Library. History. What a bozo. Hang on. Not that one. That ain't the one. Oh, here it is. This is the one. Let me show you this. Bosh. Hopefully you can hear this.
Now it's been 25 years or more I've roamed this land from shore to shore, from Tyne to Tamar, 7 to Thames, from Moor to Vale, from peak to fen. Played in cafes and pubs and bars, I've stood in the street with my old guitar. But I'd be richer than all the rest if I had a pound for each request. But Julian Banjo's American Pie, it's enough to make you cry. Rule Britannia or Swing Low are they the only songs the English know. Seed, bud, flower, fruit, they're never gonna grow without their roots. Branch, stem, shoots, they need roots. After the speeches, when the cake's been cut, the disco's over and the bar is shut. At christening, birthday, wedding or wake, what can we sing until the morning breaks? When the Indian, Asians, Afro Celts, it's in their blood below the belt. They're playing and dancing all night long. So what have they got right that we've got wrong? Seed, bud, flower, fruit, never gonna grow without their roots. Branch, stem, shell, we need roots and all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than we'll ever know. Round the rocky shores of England, all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than we'll ever know. Round the rocky shores of England, we need roots. And a minister said his vision of hell is 3 folk singers in a pub near Wells. Well, I've got a vision of urban sprawl. It's pubs where no one ever sings at all, and everyone stares at a great big screen. Overpaid soccer stars, prancing teams, Australian soap, American rap, history, English baseball caps. And we ought to be ashamed before we walk of the way we look and the way we talk. Without our stories or our songs, how will we know where we come from? I've lost St. George in the Union Jack, that's my flag too and I want it back. Seed, bud, flower, fruit, never gonna grow without their roots. Branch, stem, shell, we need roots and all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than we'll ever know. Round the rocky shores of England, all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than we'll ever know. Round the rocky shores of England, all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than we'll ever know. Round the rocky shores of England, all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than we'll ever know. Round the rocky shores of England, all the way, boys, let them go. Out in the wind and the rain and snow, we've lost more than.
That is the type of thing that we want to see in Batley and Spen. And I mean people out there coming there. So you imagine if we're talking about England, we're talking about self-determination, and we're talking about the coercion and the rights of the people against coercion of the state, right? We're the only people out there telling the truth. The English Democrats are the people, and the Workers of England Union are the only people that have gone there and continuously tried to put the truth to the people, to put the truth in the courts. Apart from a couple of other people, one of them I can't name because he's still got his court case going, but the other one has still got his court case going, but it's in the appeal stages, Stephen Todd, right? And we need to support them people. We need to get up north, and we need to make sure that the focus is on Batley and Spen. And if you ever wanted to smack the establishment in the face, now is the time to do it. If you ever wanted to smack the establishment in the face and have someone on your side in that Houses of Parliament to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God, now is the time to do it with Batley and Spen. Right? Because you can get all them people out there delivering those leaflets, the very leaflets that I've been trying to show you. And what does it do? It literally shows you the truth, doesn't it? Right? And there it is again. I'm just going to show you that. What great... That just says it all. Vote English, putting England first, supporting the rule of law, and defending the English Constitution, right? And defending your convention rights to self-determination. Get out there with the English flag. Look at what that says. I love England. Get out there and deliver the leaflets, right? And what have we got here? We've simply got the people of England have the right to self-determination under international law. The right of self-determination, Article 1, right? And that's your right. That's not one that they can derogate or they can put restrictions on. That's your right. They can't do anything about that one, right? And just read what it says in the last part of that. Shall promote the realisation of the right of self-determination and shall respect that right in conformity with the provisions of the Charter of the United Nations. There is only one vote that supports your English rights. Vote English, vote England. And remember what happened. I'll show you the video again if you want. If you want me to show you that video again, I will show you the video, right? And I'll tell you what, it's important. I want to show you this video again, right? Because it tells you and it shows you exactly what happened, right? So let me put this one on there. English Democrat vote, right? Let's go to... listen, let's just hold that there a sec, right? Now I'm going to show you this again because I think you need to know. Don't forget, he got 42,000 votes for this, right? Now this, you want, right? You want the local flag and the English flag flying all over England. I want my country back. We should go out there and we should make a massive difference at Batley and Spen, right? Here we go, right? I'm going to show it to you again. These people made a difference. Right, everybody, we have had the... Right, here it is. I'm going to show you the different bits and pieces we've got there. Just so you know, right? Because I'm going to put it on there. I want you to see this again.
456. So let's get to 456. 456. And I'm going to play this to you. What we're going to do is walk up to these people. They've turned out. We're giving out leaflets and giving out some newspapers, etc. So I'm going to say hello to our supporters. Hello, Jenny. How are you? So you got your English Democrats badge on there. And did you say there was a paper there? Was there a paper in there? So we're giving out these papers as well, which is English Patriot. Have a look at that. There it is, Boulder Fast, etc. But don't forget, Robin Tilbrook is the man. And let me just say hello. This is John.
Hello there. Vote Robin Tilbrook, Essex Police Commissioner.
There you go. And then we got one there.
Oh, hello.
You need to say something now. Go on.
Thank Robin Tilbrook.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. And there you got the
Got me
T-shirt,
dad.
English and proud. And then we've got Alison.
Thank Robin Tilbrook.
Vote Robin Tilbrook. Go Robin.
That's
Robin
it. See,
Tilbrook.
we've got everyone out there saying vote for Robin Tilbrook. There they are. So what we're going to do now is just take some more images of this. Hopefully I'll come back.
Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm literally going to show you, that, and again, I don't know who these people are. Someone else has sent me this today. Right, so I'm going to show you something else. Let's get that off. How do I get that off? Go back to my normal elements. Let's see who these people are. No, not them. Let's see if I can find it. Not on there, not on there. Who's just sent me this? Someone's just sent it to me. International. Nope. Nope. Well, someone's just sent it to me and I've lost it. Even by doing that. So let me go back to my email and see if I can find a link again. Don't worry, I'll be with you in about 30 seconds. Someone sent me something and said, have you seen these people before? Do you know who they are? And it was basically, I'll tell you where it was. I don't want to show this online though. Hang on a minute. I've just seen something that's quite funny. Let's have a look. And Cossack Chameleon has just sent me a lovely new hairstyle. Really lovely. Let's have a quick look and see if I can find this for you before I go anywhere. Someone sent it to me, and who sent it to me? Someone sent it to me, and it would be up the top there somewhere. I'll tell you what it would be, and I've just found it for you. So remember what I said before. Is that on there? Remember what I said about it before. So I'm going to go on to page 3, drop this down, not page 3 of the Sun, don't panic. Right, I have never heard of these people before, right? Evidently they're referred to as right wing. I wonder why. Identity England. They're a non-political party. If they want to help us in Batley and Spen, it would be fantastic. And here they are. We are pleased you are looking to join the movement. I might inquire a bit more about them. Frequently asked questions. Contact news. Let's have a look at the news side of it, right? So when you're going on there, it says slaying the global dragon. There's all different things in there. But evidently they've got this one up there. They're putting little stickers, everyone, about Identity English. Rochdale Anti-Grooming Action, published on the 16th of May 21. I haven't gone all through this, so I haven't had a proper look at them. But like I said, for me, this ain't just about the English Democrats, right? They're just an active group, right? And I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that they're referred to as far right because they talk about England and stand there with an English flag, when nothing could be further from the truth, right? So again, don't forget what we want to do is get everyone rocking at Batley and Spen. So again, I'm going to go back to there. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I am going to be doing some work on the website now. I am going to recreate some sort of page I'm going to put a link on it to Rep's Gym. I'm going to put a link on it to some other things. I'm going to put the drink ingredients on there, and I've no doubt Steve's got other things on his website you can go and have a look at. There'll be a link on that as well. I'll send an email out to everyone. And don't forget, if you do live anywhere near Preston and you're in that area and you want to join a gym, and by the way, I hope I sent you the video, Steve Todd. There was actually a video, X22, and it was about 2 nights ago. It was fantastic, right? But the guy started talking about gyms, and I thought of you. It was a really good video, and I have no doubt you'll understand what he was talking about. As a gym as a business model. That's it. So don't forget what I believe in. The Constitution is the solution. I love England, and I love the people of England. I love accents. I love the north. I love the northwest, the northeast, the south, the southwest, everywhere, right? England is England, and I love the fact that we are all coming together to make this happen. And we've got now to do something in Batley and Spend that is different, that pushes out the fact that we are standing up for our rights as self-determination as a nation. And secondly, that we're standing up and telling you the truth in relation to the lockdowns, etc. So that's what I want to say. I am now going to say good night, God bless. God bless America. America is the big brother of England. We have a common enemy, and you all know that is, which is the British. And just before I do go offline, I'm going to read out one little element here that I wrote out earlier, and I've wrote this because it's going into a legal document, right? And that is, let's see if I've wrote it somewhere. Where have I wrote it? And now I can't find it. Always happens when I'm trying to look for something. It's in a big document, and a legal document that I'm putting together, but it ties all of this up into the greatest thing for us. It's about the preambles of these articles and what it is that we are. So I just want everyone to understand what it is. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to finish.